Welcome to Home Biz Tax Talk. My name is Lysandra Everett. I am the Home Biz Tax Lady, where I help home business owners win the tax game. Home Biz Tax Talk airs Monday through Friday, 9 o'clock-ish, and you can get your questions answered right here, okay? So, today we are talking about Social Security benefits. All right. So we have a baby boomer generation that, a lot of the retirees are, are hitting retirement. And one of the main concerns with the baby boomer generation is, are they actually going to outlive their retirement savings? Because you know what, with technology and with advances in health, we're living longer. Okay. So it's not odd for people to live to be 90, 100 years old. It's not an odd thing anymore. So then the question becomes like, okay, if I'm going to outlive my retirement savings and I've got Social Security, but it's not enough. When you look at the amount of Social Security that people earn, that they have earned throughout their working years and what they're being paid for now, it's really not a lot. So people are looking for alternate means. Baby boomers are looking for alternate means of making money. But the downside of that is that Social Security becomes taxable. So now, the question is, and I've been getting this a lot lately, is when is Social Security taxable? Because that's what people are trying to avoid, is the taxes part. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that, and I'm going to talk about some things that you can do. Okay. So I had to get the notes on this, because when it comes down to taxing Social Security, there's the supplemental Social Security income and there's the Social Security disability income. When it comes to talk about that, the math on that can get really convoluted, like the algebraic formula for determining how much of your income is taxable. Believe me, it makes you go back to your college days with, the calculator and the pencil and the big fat eraser, because you're going to have to do it over again. Okay. So let me talk about some income thresholds, and then we'll talk more about it. Okay. So, if your Social Security income is your only income, then it's not taxable. Okay. But Social Security income ain't that much money. Okay. Let's just be honest about that. It really ain't that much, because it's going to depend on a lot of things. It's going to depend on, your working years, how much you contributed to Social Security and all of that. So, but nuts and bolts is 9 times out of 10, it's not a lot of money, and it's really not enough for you to live off of. Okay. So here it is. And regarding your SSDI, your Social Security disability, Social Security income, none of your Social Security is taxable if half of your Social Security plus your other income is less than $25,000 if you're filing single, $32,000 if you're married filing jointly. Okay, $32,000 for 2 people to live off of. I don't care how old you are. I don't care how many kids you don't have. That's not a lot of money. Up to 50% of your income is taxable if your income is more than those amounts. And also up to 85% of your income is taxable if half of your Social Security income plus your other income is $34,000 if you filed as single, $44,000 if you're married filing jointly. Now, if you're married filing separately, then your Social Security income all of it can be taxable. Okay, so nuts and bolts is the max amount of your Social Security that can be taxed is 85%. Okay. So not, even though you're still thinking, oh, wow, 85% of my Social Security could be taxable, but not more than that. But you think about this, guys, listen to these thresholds. $44,000 if you're married filing jointly. Again, $44,000 isn't a lot of money. Okay. So yeah, you got to be looking for ways to make additional money. But then, but the conundrum is, how do I make money and not have to pay taxes on Social Security? Well, you really can't have it both ways. right? If you're really going to earn enough money for you to live and to live the lifestyle that you want, okay? And it really doesn't have to be anything extravagant. I mean, $44,000, you really ain't going to be that extravagant with just your Social Security income, okay? So, so then what do? Well, one of the things that you can do is that you can have taxes taken out of your Social Security income. That is completely voluntary, but you can have those taxes taken out. The second thing is to prepare to pay those taxes. Because like I said, we have people who are in the network marketing industry, that are affiliate marketers, that are starting businesses, organic businesses on their own. And, and so instead of being concerned about how do I not pay taxes, then let's be prepared for that. So when you have your side hustle, then set aside 30% of your income for the tax bill. Okay. But the thing that I don't want you to do is I don't want you to make a decision solely based on taxable, your Social Security income being taxed, because you're holding on to the good and letting go of the great. So if you really focus on how can I make this better, instead of shrinking down to say, okay, well, I don't want to pay any taxes, so I'm just not going to do anything. I'm just going to live off of this amount of money. Listen, that's a poverty mindset. Now, I'm not telling you to go out here and throw caution to the wind, but what I am saying is make a calculation. Deciding to go into your own business, however you do that, there's tons and tons of ways to do that. Just make sure that you prepare. Like I said, you can have the taxes taken out of your Social Security. You can set aside money for taxes, which if you are in business for yourself, I tell you that all the time anyway. Set aside 30% of your income. Now, that's just at the federal level. There are a few states that actually tax your Social Security as well. So you need to, to check your state to see, if they tax your Social Security. But either way, if you prepare to pay your taxes instead of try to shrink away from that, then you have the freedom to go and earn whatever it is that you want. You may wind up making more money in your retirement years than you did in your working years. But if you focus only on whether or not you've got to pay taxes on your Social Security, and that is your deciding factor, you are never going to get anywhere. You are going to, stay in that poverty mindset and probably in a state of financial poverty. Okay. So, there's lots of different kinds of income. You've got investment income, you've got, that affect your Social Security, all that. And listen to me, wealthy people really don't care if their Social Security, it winds up being taxable, because they set aside money to pay for that stuff. So that's why I said it's a mindset shift. And it's not to say that you're going to run out here and make 7 figures a day and be able to write a check to wherever you want. But if you will, if you will be disciplined enough to set aside that income, then you're going to be fine. So what if you have to write a check, as long as you have the money to do it? Okay. That's the important part, is having the money to do it. And you can do that if you discipline yourself to set that money aside. So don't let Social Security be the deciding factor in whether or not you chase after your dreams. Don't let that be the deciding factor, because then you're making money your master, and money is a horrible master. It is a fantastic servant, but it is truly a horrible master. All right. So, I hope that this, really helps you out, and how this, and really how to think, instead of trying to sit here and and figure out exactly how much money can I make and not have to pay taxes. Listen, how about you go make as much money as you can make, then set aside the money to pay for taxes, and you go ahead and get your life. Two totally different mindsets. Okay. So listen, if you need some help with this, feel free to book a consult at www.homebiztaxchat.com. Go there, book a consult. Okay. If you're thinking about getting into business for yourself, you're a baby boomer and you need some help, reach out to me so we can work, really look at your whole picture, because it's not everybody's tax situation is different. Okay. It's not just one thing to consider for everybody. All right. But that's it for today's episode of Home Biz Tax Talk. Again, we air Monday through Friday, 9 o'clock ish, and you can come here to get your questions answered about your home business taxes. All right. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.